Guten Tag, ich bin Frau Fiber. This is the Sewing Rebellion Shirt Apron Instructions 1.0. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. I'm going to walk you through briefly what we'll be doing today. We'll be starting with our white collar shirt, cutting out the front and collar, making an apron shape out of the front. Then we'll be doing a fold, a stitch, and the shirt will be transformed into this lovely apron that you can use for cooking or cleaning. The materials we'll be using today are thread, pins, tailor's chalk, and scissors for fabric only. So I'll begin by cutting out the front and the collar of the shirt, starting at a side seam. Cut along the seam. Then I'm going to cut along the shoulder seam. Stopping about 1 inch before you get to the collar rise, which is right here. Cutting around the back of the collar and go into the shoulder seam on the other side. Around the armhole. And down the side seam. So the front is cut out so that the collar is still completely intact. Secondly, I'm going to fold this in half. And using the tailor's chalk, I'm going to draw a line from the shoulder, right where the back of the collar starts, to the side seam. And then about here, which is about at waist level, it's a waistline. And then I'm just going to cut this away. Okay, now you're prepared to do what's called a turn and roll seam. So, wrong side up, you're going to fold the raw edge once, fold it again, and then stitch along the left-hand side of the fold. Next step is to finish the bottom part of the apron. So you're going to do the turn and roll along either side seam that you cut away previously. Fold over along the yoke of your shirt, and then just go ahead and pin it about 3/4 of an inch from the edge. Okay, so now I'm ready to stitch from here across and down. I'm going to pivot, which means the needle is down the machine, and then I can easily turn and have a nice sharp corner. Back stitch. Trim off. And then lastly, I'm going to use that extra shirt piece that I had earlier and make myself a patch pocket. I'm going to use the existing elements in the shirt, the part across the top, as a finish for the pocket. And I'm just going to cut it down a little bit. And I'm going to use this element of the shirt. I like to have those opportunities where you can see what was before, that it was actually a shirt prior to becoming an apron. Okay, then I'm ready just to sew this on with an 1/8 of an inch top stitch all the way around. It also doesn't leave you very much scrap when you use all the parts of the shirt. So that's what your shirt apron's gonna look like, and then you can fold it up and wear it like so. Thank you for tuning in to the national campaign to stop shopping and start sewing. So get out there and transform your work shirts into aprons.